Check. 1, 2, 3. All right. Good day, guys. Good day to you. This is Practivile, and we are live again because we're going to do some first impressions on the new ZiiGaat Horizon, and we're gonna do graphing of that. So, oops. Let me just prepare my stuff here. Okay, share. Copy link. How have you guys been doing? Yeah. Did I do? Yeah, I think I did my live stream last week, and that is for the Apple Dawn and the ZiiGaat ZiiGaat EG280. Let me just share my live streaming here. Oh, all right. I should have I should have done some like an intro, I guess. I mean, like before I start this, yeah, like some streamers, they have like a form of like intro or something. Okay, just one share left. You know what? I'm not sure if I have. I think I'm gonna listen to the Studio Force first because I've been listening to the Apple Dawn. I listened to the Apple Dawn last night, and yeah, it might not really. I'm thinking it might alter a little bit of my impressions because it's quite a bassy set actually. It's different. The Apple Dawn X is highly resolute. However, what do I say? It does it in a different way. It does it in a different way. It does it in a style that I have never heard before. It really feels like I mean, the layering is really good. It's just the staging is just a little bit trippy. So it may be the combination of all those drivers, the bone conduction, and the ESTs as well, and Apple's technology. But yeah. So let me just do the Studio Force first. Just a couple of songs using the Studio 4, you know, just to get my ears accustomed to my reference or like a neutral style tuning. I still think this, but man, like the Rockies is very good, and I'm quite sad that I'm gonna return them back. The thing about the Studio 4s is when I first heard it, it was so not really dry. It was so uncolored, at least for me, for my music taste and for my experience. It was so uncolored. It wasn't even engaging. All right. I haven't received the FIO JT3 yet. I was expecting it to arrive before this weekend, but I know where it is. I I think, I mean, I have the tracking number, but it seems like it hasn't left Hong Kong yet. So yeah. Yeah, I think I'm done. Yeah, I think that's probably enough for me to reset. Um and every night too. I mean, I do kind of like reset because I use an earphone before I sleep. Not an earphone, an earbud. I use earbuds before I sleep. I have the, oh, what's that? What's that earbud? Um, K64. Yeah, case earphone K64. I use that earbud before I sleep. I watch YouTube. For me, it is pretty neutral. That's even more neutral than the Studio Force. It's not because it doesn't have bass. It's just because it's just very neutral sounding. All right, so we have here the Horizon. ZiiGaat. And I'm glad that we haven't heard any news from ZiiGaat yet about, you know, them releasing a new set. So this might be the end for this year. Maybe they're pausing, they're giving. It's like every month there's a new ZiiGaat. And I mean, I'm not complaining. They're all good. A lot of people are complaining, you know, like they're becoming like KZ and stuff. I don't think so. I mean, if they're releasing good IMs, it's giving people more options, right? So, here we go. Here, the ZiiGaat Odyssey. No. The Horizon. So, I think the unboxing is similar. Yeah, it's similar. If not, it's just probably the same. Alright, so I'm so not good at unboxings anymore. I don't do unboxings in my videos. Yeah, earlier this year or last year, you may remember me doing some. You know, in the first part, I'm doing some unboxing, but it's taking time for me to. Yeah, so this is it. There, I don't need to do this because you already know how it's gonna look. Wait, is this really the Horizon? It looks like the crescent. This is so good. You know a ZiiGaat IM when you see it, you know, but you just don't know what they are, okay? If you see black, glittery, and some patterns, it's probably a ZiiGaat IM. Here comes the hard part. Pushing this out. I don't really like doing this with the ZiiGaat IMs because I don't wanna dent the. I don't want to put a dent. Oh, God, I hate this. If there's just an easier way to do it. Oh man, I don't want to dent the filters. I know they're metal, but they can be easily dented. You know that? If you push hard enough, or if you push the wrong place, you can dent these. Oh, dude, like I can't. I use a pen here. It's not really a pen, but this is what I don't like about taking ZiiGaat IM stuff. It's scary. I mean, it's not. I didn't even have to pay for this, but you know, how much more if I paid for this, right? Like, it's your hard-earned cash. How much are these? How much are these ZiiGaat Horizon? I think around 300 or something. 329, yeah. 329, so it should fall in my which category? 329, 251 to 499. Man, it's full in there. The Rockies is there. It's my number one in that price range. Only because it's priced 499. Rockies. My first pick there would probably be the Rockies, and then next is the Studio Force, and then next is I don't know, Pilgrim, and then P8. The Luna is also there. I know what I'm gonna replace there though. These are all good. I mean, if the Horizon ends up good sounding, someone has to go. Not someone, but something has to go. This is the challenging part because, you know, I made a promise that I only have 10. I only... Okay, let me just share what I'm talking about here. There, so that's my price range. And this is my criteria here if you wanna see. This one's, I'm sorry, it's not updated. So I was supposed to be doing this with all the items that I've heard, score them and put them in here. So I put them in like audition and owned. So owned is like not really owned, but reviewed. They give me the sample. And audition. This is not updated. The last time I updated is I don't know when. So actually there's a lot. I've actually done a lot already because this was when I was in Japan. So I tried a lot when I was in Japan. So, you know, like I was doing impressions and scoring them. And that's how I got into reviewing, you know? Like I just didn't feel it's not just like, oh, I feel like I'm gonna review and I do some stuff. No, I started off with visiting earphones almost every week. No, almost every weekend, I'd say, probably more than that. And then at that time, the Chi-Fi audio reviews was so, you know, like it was booming, you know, like a lot of people were just sharing impressions, not a lot of reviewers yet at that time. And I was just sharing my impressions, you know. Every time there's a new release, I would go to earphones, do my first little impressions in there, stay for like, I don't know, 2-3 hours and share my impressions. And that's how I got into this. And so, and I scored them, and of course I tell them it's just my first impression. I scored them, and yeah, eventually I think KZ was one of the companies that, you know, hey, why not like review KZ stuff? And so I started with KZs and stuff like that. I reviewed KZs, and yeah, the rest is history. Okay, but it's not that I just started it like just because I feel like. No, I actually had kind of like proper training. It's not a training. I'd say it's I think I'm confident on how I put this into place. I mean, like the sub $60 for me, it makes sense. We start with the low. I know there's a budget, but I feel like it makes more sense if we pack them in just sub 60. Because there are cheaper IMs, like $20 IMs that can compete with $50 IM. So I just put them in the same category. ANS is 60 to 120, 121, 250 to 499, and up. All right, so we have the Horizon in here. Same cable, same interchangeable nozzle. No, interchangeable connectors. It's tight today, huh? Okay, there we go. Forgive my silence. So what yeah, I think I'm just gonna go with the clears. I'm gonna have my impressions first. I'm not sure. I've probably seen the graph, but but not really. So I don't know what I can make my impressions and graph. I can draw some lines I think that's fine, but I may have a little bit of idea how this may graph, so do I? Let me just search my mind if I know how this graphs. Oh yeah, I remember the review because I saw reviews, right? I remember them saying it's close to the Monarchs, like top of the line sets. Graph or sound wise, but I don't have the graph of the Monarch, so yeah, I mean probably just the generic talk, just the generic. Oh wait, just the generic talk. Again, I think I remember it has some treble boost, so yeah. I may know how to draw the lines, but let's try anyway, because it's fun. And I don't know too if my if my unit graphs different. That's the fun thing, like Chi-Fi. Welcome to Chi-Fi. What? There we go. Alright, yeah, this is not definitely... it's definitely not the part you want to see. It's see me struggle with... And, like, I'm just another hobbyist here. We do the same stuff. When we get mails, we're excited and we try them. And I don't know what can you share to me what's the first what's the first music you listen to when you get your sets? I'm because, we are audiophiles and we kind of like evaluate. We always have that song or track that we'll listen to. What is it for you? Like, is it just random? The shuffle playlist you left behind? Yeah, you can share. Leave down a comment what you listen to. In my case, I have a playlist for testing, and it's long, not really long, like 22 songs. Mix of myself I picked, and when you're discovering being an audiophile and a hobbyist, you stumble upon people having their own playlist. So my playlist is of course influenced by the community. So I tried listening to them, but it makes more sense now. When I first heard it, didn't make sense, but now it makes more sense because I also listen to them more, and I can see why they picked them. So it's a combination of community suggested tracks and mine, but I stick to mine because I've just heard my playlist or test tracks way more than the ones suggested by the community. So I usually start with Unwell, Matchbox 20. So let's start here. Ooh. Okay. Okay, yeah. Very detailed, I tell you, yeah. Okay, resolution is good. Tonality is the same as the Rockies. It's like balanced with a little bit of brighter tilt. But I can see people finding it A little too bright. This is the planar working here. It's a little bit too bright for me. It's a little bit too bright. Wait, like I'm seeing good reviews on this that it has details, but I feel like there's a boost past 10K on here. So far it's just in the middle. My impression starts in the it's not too great, it's also not too bad. But I feel like yeah, let's just continue. Let's try Playing God by Polyphia, of course. Yeah, there's definitely that coloration in there in the treble. Bass is not really that impactful. I mean, it's again, I'm not sure what the graph looks like. I may have seen it, but I don't have it. I haven't graphed it yet. So, but for me, bass seems to have just it's tight, but it's not really. Or maybe it's just a seal. I don't know if it's the seal. It is bright tilted. Now, what it sounds like is, so this is a 1DD 2BA2 microplanars, right? It almost feels like the treble is a full-fledged planar sound, if that makes sense. It didn't feel like a microplanar. I mean, microplanars have a little bit of I can a little bit distinguish like high frequency BAs to a microplanar. So far, I would stick to my opinion that the Moondrop Meteor has to be the most or the best implementation of microplanar I have heard. So if I say that is the best, this isn't. Okay, the Horizon isn't really the best in that regard. Let's continue. It's still natural. There's really not a lot of bad timbre in there, but it's just yeah, it's just a little too forward. That I'm pretty sure there's some extension going on past 10K. I'm pretty sure. I mean, I've seen it also in the graphs, but okay, let's try get lucky this time. Oh, bass is actually pretty tight. Yeah. Now the thing about this is, so if you're a bass head, okay, or like if you're a person who loves bass, and I listen to, let's say for example, just 75 dB, and you listen to it, and you feel like the bass is not up, and you crank the volume up because you wanna. The bass quality is actually pretty good. And you crank the volume up, so you end up getting good bass, but also more treble. Yeah, you know what I mean? So it makes it like a V. Okay, now I'm having fun now. It's okay, yeah. Vocals. Okay, let me just. Okay, IU. IU. High Spring by IU. If you know IU. K-pop. Yeah. Why did I try? Very good treble sparkle, of course, because this is leaning to bright. It's yeah. Okay, let's try the worst. This is again Polyphia. No, oh man, this. The worst by Polyphia. Let's see here. I do that the worst because no, it's I'm gonna need to oh no. My player is acting up. What I mean by that is oh good. Let's see here. I'm gonna reset this. There's some problems with the M3 Plus. It sometimes the track becomes faster or slower. I don't know what's really, what's going on, but it's just is. Let's see here. Do I have a playlist? No, I do not have. So I just have to search it. No, the new there are updates of the FIO JM21. Now, they just added like battery saver or something, and which makes it really really good. Like I haven't charged it for like a week, and the battery is just draining as long as the M3X that I have. So, which is, oh, so it's back here. So the JM21 is a very very promising little DApp. They're continuing to update that. They're giving updates, a lot of updates every time. So, all right, let's see here. Let's do that again. Test track on the worst. Okay, there we go. Ooh, man, like that added elevation in the treble lifts some details a little bit more forward, which gives a little bit more fun. Yeah. Shh. I'm waiting for the around the minute mark wherein symbol starts, and then I check the proportion, the stage proportion, if it's deep, if it's wide. I think this is the first I am from ZiiGaat to Future to Planars. Here we go. It's okay. The stage is okay. Yeah, the timbre is actually natural. Just a little bit more forward. I think this is, yeah, 329. This is, it's, I don't know if it's really punching above its price range. Yeah, and I'm supposed to draw this, right? For a while. I forgot about that. Wait, let me just find my... I was supposed to draw this. I forgot about that. Let me just find that blank something, and let's do the paint here. Okay, there we go. All right, let's draw this one here. All right. I'm supposed to draw this, right? This is the fun part. Let's try that again. Let's see. What do I listen to? Ego Death by Polyphia. There's a tuck. Definitely, there's a tuck. The base elevation is not, because this is 60, and this is 10 dB in here. Probably just 10 dB, yeah, of base. So I'll start here. Where's the tuck at? 150 or 200? Let's see. Yeah, I feel like it's earlier than so let's just do 150. Tuck at 150. Oh, that's too much. So just 10 dB of bass, tuck at 150. That's too deep. I don't know, like that. Okay, and then just go straight. Where's the peak at here? I don't know. Probably almost following my target, actually. I'd say just... But does it have a 6... I don't think it has a 6K cut. Huh. As I've said, very, very generic sounding with a tuck. And I just say a peak and then some elevation there, yeah. Maybe some 2 peaks right there. 8K and then maybe like that. Yeah, probably like that. It's similar to the Rockies, yes. Only that the Rockies, it is still bright. It's probably bright, a little brighter than the Rockies, actually. But the Rockies has very good treble timbre because of the ESTs. Yeah, so... Ooh. Okay, these are bright. I'd say these are bright. Yeah, it's not balanced. I mean, the Rockies is like balanced bright. It has... Rockies also has a little more elevation in the... I mean, more impactful bass, I would say. So let's graph it. Graph it. Yeah. Graphing time. All right. Let me pull up Rue in here and set up my mic. Coupler mic there. Horizon. Yeah, it's not bad, but I don't know. A lot of people say EST is a meme. I don't know, guys. For me, I hear it. I just hear it. There is a distinct timbre to ESTs. I'll fight with that. Like, probably cancel for now. TP35. Ooh, Sound Blaster. I hear EST timbre. Um, I just hear it. Yeah, it's just that distinct, especially on cymbals. And cymbals become a little bit looser in sound when they hit and that kind of like loose sound, wherein the decay becomes really really close to how a cymbal would sound in real life. I don't know, maybe it's just me because I'm a drummer and I could hear that, but if people say, yeah, EST is a meme, I kind of like don't trust that reviewer because I hear it. Or maybe it's just me placebo. I could be wrong, but I just know. And for me, that is well implemented ESTs. There are ESTs that I don't like. Say for example, the Mega 5 EST. I thought like, where's the EST timbre in here? So I don't know if it has to match with a certain BA. But yeah, it's just no. There we go. All right. Checking levels. 74, that's fine, yeah. Here we go. How close am I? Uh-oh, there's a cut. Okay, that's where did it hit? Wow, that's one try. Dang it. All right. Okay. Bullseye. Yeah, I know like other squiggers, including Timmy, they're doing like deep insertion and shallow insertion. I know it's a factor. But there's a whole different rabbit hole in there, because even if I do deep and shallow insertion depths, the individual ear canal also plays a role on how you perceive sound and treble. So I'll just stick with the 8K, and that's just, you know, I just stick to the 8K, and yeah. I know it could be different. I know. Yeah, I know. Like, you would see that some treble elevation is in there, but it could be perceived and or you know, or not. Wow, that channel matching is perfect, dude. Like, ooh. See that channel matching in there? Yeah. I'm just gonna save this and for squigs. So, man, what's this ZiiGaat spelling? Haha, Z. Okay. ZiiGaat Horizon. Oh, and then R. Copy that, save, export as text, and then left, save, and then we go to code it, graphs, where is that? What's the name? Phone book, yeah. Sorry about this, guys. Like, I know. This is just the way it is with graphing and with squig. Where's my ZiiGaat? I'm pretty sure I have a good collection in there. So at the A B C D E F G H. Okay. After the crescent, then. All right. I'm counting because I want to make it alphabetical. So it's before the Luna, right? A B C D E F G. Do you still do that? Like, do you do the A B C D E F G stuff when you're counting? We're not counting. Doing stuff alphabetically, it's funny. I mean, like, you know, H comes before L, but I still did it anyway. You know, there are times that you know where the letters are, but you still sing anyway, right? Which is funny. Yeah, like I know came before L, but I just need to say A B C D E F G. Oh my god. All right, and then we go to, man, sing along, FileZilla. Dude, like Mark is doing a lot of help in the community. Like without Squig and the EQ and stuff, like you can do PEQ in there, and I think I think he has a collab now finally. Tuned by Squig, I think that's the name. Did I click connect? I should have hit connect, right? Right. There we go. My data is up. No, thing is, do I have the H in? Oh, okay. I have the Horizon. Upload the Horizon. All right. Copy that. Phone book. Upload, overwrite, and I think we're ready to go. I'll refresh. Is it? Yeah, it seems like it's closely following my neutral target, but it just has more extension, which makes it bright sounding. Yeah, it does have a lot of bass on graphs. It feels like it's more than 10 dB, but I didn't feel that. So it could be an ear tip issue. I'm gonna try a different ear tip later on, but there it is. Yeah. Oh, actually I hit it. Yeah, this 10 dB cut at 150, just straight, follows my target, and some elevation in there. I think I got it right. Yeah, that's not too bad. Where's the paint? Where is the paint? There you go. Yeah, that's not too bad. I kind of like missed the little bit of cut in there. I didn't do that. It almost doesn't have a cut. Haha, reasons. Yeah, there's a little bit of, you know, something going on in there. This is definitely bright leaning. Why? Why is this bright leaning? Because as you can see there, the Studio Force, like if I put my it's not balanced. Like it's definitely not. Is it balanced? No, it's not. It has to have a little bit of bass in there. Just a little bit of mid bass in there. Yeah, it does follow my balanced extension, but it doesn't have the mid bass to compensate for that. Plus, there's a peak there around wherever that is, like past 10K. I did say there's a peak past 10K in there. So I'd say it's probably closer to neutral. Yeah. But I'd say this is bright in a way because of that. So for it to be like really neutral, it has to have at least a downward trend in the treble, and that's why you hear that in there. So yeah, that let me just right there. Yeah. It looks like the Cadenza 4, actually. There we go. Yeah, Cadenza 4. Yeah, just the form reminded me of the Cadenza 4, though. What else? In the price range, though. Yeah, I didn't think it was Da Vinci. Not really Da Vinci, I don't think. Yeah. Where's I don't think. Yeah, yeah. The similar gain was a Da Vinci, so it sounds like, I don't know, maybe the same BAs. But Da Vinci has, you know, like Da Vinci has like almost the same amount of treble in there. But again, with the Da Vinci, it's compensated, right? With the bass, and that's why it sounds okay. Let me try it with different ear tip. With a different ear tip. Divinus Velvet. I mean, it's not really like very, very bright. It is exciting, but I mean, the treble is forward. I'm pretty sure someone will like it, but I probably would have liked it had I not heard the what? Had I not heard the Rockies. But the Rockies, man, it's around the. But you pay more too, huh? 329 though. 329 is like Volume S, and then the Da Vinci, and you have the Blessings. Yeah. The Blessings base was tighter. No, was it Blessing 3? I forgot. Maybe it's really just the ear tip. I don't think this ear tip matches with the signature. Yeah, it could have been just the standard AET 07s. I feel like these ear tips are bright leaning. I feel like it doesn't really I mean, yeah. I just feel like it, yeah. So, let's try my Just a Phase by Incubus here. Instruments actually sound very good. Guitars. I'm listening to Just a Face by Incubus now. So I've graphed the Horizon. So this is the graph. It is really. I'm thinking of. No, it's not even. Yeah, Da Vinci. Luna. Luna is lower in gain. And you know what? The Luna does not sound as bright because it has that mid bass in there. You know what I mean? And the Crescent also has that bass in there. Even if they have the same extension, like the same level of extension around here, they don't sound as overly forward because they have the bass to compensate it. So it is lean in the bass. So this is like bright neutral or just bright overall sound. Fizzy water. The Aura fingernail. Left in 3rd grade. Consolation. Yeah. Forever. We gotta mean. Who are you when we... What else can I think of though? Is this the same as... Let me put the Rockies in here. Yeah, it's just a phase. It will be over soon. Yeah, it's just a phase. Yeah, it's just You see that? I did say that the Rockies was a little bit of like a bass light, but it had a little more, at least a little more elevation there at the mid bass. Intuition. And this peak here too, like this peak here, it's not really that, it's just giving that extra air. And if you are after air, it is airy. So, how much is the Crescent though? I think Crescent is like 200, right? 279, and the Luna is I think 300. Yeah, it's just a phase. 379, and this is like 329. Oh. Yeah. Oh, oh. Yeah. Yeah. Brain dance. Let's try the BD here. I don't even know. Like, yeah, are they even close? I think they're kind of... Yeah, the BD does have that sub-bass fun. And there's actually more elevation to the Horizon. So and I think it's the Horizon has a little bit more vocal body because of that dip there in the 6K, which I like. So in a way, the Horizon is making the brain dance a little bit irrelevant because I think it's around the same configuration with the two planars, and it's much cheaper, right? Because the Dunu... Oh man, Dunu Brain Dance is around 429, so yeah, it's like $100 more. And I didn't even put the brain dance in here because for me it was a... So I don't think I don't think this is as this is an S ranker, so I'm not too worried about that. EM10, no. But I don't know, it might change. My impressions might change after like few days or something. Let me just change my battery here. I'm still here, guys. Yeah. Don't you worry. All right. So, Da Vinci though, yeah, it's like the opposite of the Da Vinci. So it's really close to the Da Vinci in a way that they have that good vocal separation. But this is just a little bit bright leaning, and Da Vinci is the warmer kind, I should say. Yeah. EJ07, yeah. Let's see. But I have the wait. Don't I have the Let's Sure. Yeah, EJ7M, but this is the M version, right? Yeah, I know it's also a downward trend in there. I don't really like this kind of, I mean, yeah, it's okay. I used to like this kind of elevated treble. I used to like it. Like the annihilators and stuff. I used to like it. But yeah. It just changed. When I started playing drums again, I was reminded of how cymbals should sound like, so that's why. What else is familiar to this? Very, yeah, it really looks to me like the Cadenza 4. Yeah, it's like Cadenza 4. But the thing about the Cadenza 4 is it doesn't have this peak. It's a little bit not like a little bit forward in there, close to 10K, but at least it goes down there. There's a dip in there. With the Horizon, there's this peak in there here for the microplanars, and I understand that's their call. It's, you know, this is a bright leaning set, but and the thing about that is it's very hard to target this area here with EQ. It's very hard. Yeah. But it's good. It's very open sounding. Oh man. I don't know, like it again, it may change, my impressions might change the more I listen to this in the future. Because again, I was listening to like Apple Dawn X, but is it will it reach an S that I need to replace some of these here? That's the question there. Because Luna is there. The question is, will it replace the Luna though? That's the question. Probably just an A plus, really. Like there are very good sounding sets around that price range. And Volume S is still good. Maybe the ZiiGaat EM10. If something has to go, it could be the ZiiGaat EM10. Let me see EM10 here. Yeah, it's a little bit too much in there, right? Very V. Didn't even follow my target. We'll behave like animals. Oh man, alert the Armory Urban Dub. This is gonna be very cymbal heavy here. Yeah, man, it's like, it's still okay. It's not really glaringly, the treble is not really glaring, but that the hi-hats was just almost at the edge of not recognizing it as a hi-hat. This is just me being very, very picky as a drummer, but I can't even I I can't figure if it's closed or open. Yeah, man. Yeah, the timbre on the cymbals is definitely artificial. Definitely. And there's nothing wrong with that. Like I know people they chase different sounds and they consider it, oh, it's hi-fi, it's chain, it's different. I was like that. Yeah, I used to like treble, but then again, I fell in love with how ESTs render symbols. Because symbols is one of I mean, one, not just that one, but it's one of those instruments that um does not have a lot of coloration during recording. So it's just the cymbals and the mic. That's it. For the other stuff, drums too. I mean, drum kit in general. It's just the mic. For the other stuff like a bass, you attach it to overdrive or whatever, because we fiddle with tones. You know, you have your own tone. The bassist has his own tone. Um, so it's kind of like digital in a way. Unless you're doing acoustic, you know, that's different. But most songs like metal or whatever, it has some digital what's this one, characteristics to it. Yeah, but not with the drum kit in general, especially if you know. And that's what I like about Euroshka. I mean, they're J-pop, but I think they consider themselves as rock. I don't know. Yeah, rock, and but they still have the you know, they do distort. They do drums, and it's a band. Yeah. So yeah, that's my first impression, I guess, with the Horizon. No one's commented today. Why is that? Just probably visitors. I do this every weekend, so every time I get, you don't have any idea how I wanted to try IAMs, but I have to wait at the weekend just so that I can do this. But it's good because I don't sound redundant, you know. At least there is some content that I can do over the weekend when I do my live stream, so I can do my first impressions and do the graphs. And so I do double exposure to sets. Yeah, not just one video. But yeah, this weekend I'm gonna shoot my review on the Dawn X. Definitely look forward for that. I already released my review on the Rockies. It's a very phenomenal set. I'm actually thinking of getting one. That's how good it is. You know, like I'm thinking of getting one. Really. That's just how, yeah, it's really, really good. For me, it's really, really good. For the price. Yeah. Very, very balanced sounding set. For the and also I'm gonna release my Moondrop, Meteor, and FX17. I'm done, almost done with it. Actually, just final touches. But you know, life and work's been busy recently, so yeah, that's why. But I'm just probably gonna chill for a while and make up my mind for the Horizon. Yeah. Do you want to watch videos of? Yeah, I think I've seen videos though. I've seen videos of HBB and Jay. They think this is a very banger set. Yeah, I understand where they're coming from though. It does sound like hi-fi. Um but not what I expected it to be. Um yeah, definitely this past 10K peak was breaking it off. It does sound hi-fi, don't get me wrong. It's like audiophile, but um just not it I don't see myself using it for drums or practicing because it's hard for me to know when the drummer is closing and opening the hi-hats. Yeah, that's just me coming from being a musician. So it may be different for listeners. And as again, as I've mentioned, did I mention it? No. In my FX17 video, the FIO FX17, I will be mentioning, or I will mention in my video. I haven't released my video yet, but I mentioned in my video because it has like how many ESTs was there? Like 4 or 8 or something. It sounds okay with music. It's really good. The cymbals sound okay, but not with playing music. It was so strange. Like when I played, maybe it's just because it's an electronic drum. But even if I had the like real drums, I'd still have an interface anyway to listen from the mic and an interface, but it's probably gonna be the same. But the treble, the cymbals were just too forward with the FX17, so it was good for listening music, but not practicing. Yeah, so that was a little bit because I didn't know that. And see, like I'm discovering a lot of stuff while because and I like that I'm playing again because IEMs, in-ear monitors. It was supposed to be for musicians at first, right? That was their purpose. In-ear monitors. The monitors before were like on stage facing to you, and at least you'll have an idea what's. It's a monitor. It's a monitor. You don't have an idea how difficult it is if you don't have any monitor and you play on stage. There's just a lot of sounds going on. There's crowd cheering. And that is a monitor. It was intended at first for musicians, and then now we're here. It's used for music indulgence. And it seems like it's lost its purpose, Not all, right now, not all in IEMs or in-ear monitors are fit for stage use. That's my point. But we still call them IEMs. We still call them monitors, but they're not for monitoring, which sounds a little bit weird. So I'm being an advocate here for musicians. I'm more of a musician than an audiophile, and I don't even call myself audiophile because I'm a hobbyist. I'd say I'm a hobbyist. The audiophile term is a little bit too heavy for me, and a little bit too exclusive. I feel like the term has that exclusivity that I'm an audiophile and you're a normal listener kind of vibe. And yeah, it's kind of like putting me off a little bit because why does music have to be exclusive? Music was made for inclusiveness in the first place, but it feels like, and I'm pretty sure there are, and it's still happening now. I was posting my review on the Rockies a few days ago, and I got a comment about like, have you heard the real top of the line sets? And he was mentioning like the expensive ones, like the Asteria, the Storm, and whatever, the expensive ones, probably more than $5,000. And I said, I have not. And then he said like, now why can you, how So he said like my title or my review was misleading because I have not even tried the top of the line sets. And so I responded. I didn't fight. I just responded and I said like you're being assumptuous or assuming. He was just assuming you're being assumptuous that the Rockies does not sound because he commented at first like your title is misleading because you haven't heard these sets yet. And I said like you're being assumptuous because you haven't heard the Rockies yet. I think it was a smart reply, you know. He said my title is misleading because I haven't heard the other sets yet. And so I said like you're also being assumptuous because you haven't heard the Rockies yet. I do feel the Rockies sounds top of the line. It is kind of like a mini Top Pro and a Mark IV. Okay. Do I have the Top Pro though? I don't think I have the Top Pro. Yeah. I'm gonna borrow that from Mark. I think Mark did not like it. But it does not have bass. Usually Sense have bass, right? Let me just okay, let me overlay my graph. Okay, let's try Paul here. Really? I don't think it's a... I'm not sure about that. If it's like... Oh, no, this is not... No, not the top. This is top. Sorry. Top Pro. Okay. Who has the Top Pro? Timmy? Yeah, let's try Timmy. Because Super Review's rig is a little bit different than mine. So let's try Timmy here. Man, I hate that they do this already with... Dang, that's... Oh, man. Horizon... Monarch Mark IV, though, I have not heard of it yet. Yeah, I'd probably pick the Top Pro in here. Because of that bass. So probably the Top Pro would be more balanced, I guess. How about Monarch Mark? Is it Monarch Mark IV, did you say? Let's see here who has... Okay, let's try Mark. Oh, damn. Timmy has a lot of sets. Did he even review them? Haven't heard Timmy review or release something in his channel recently. He must be very busy. I mean, being a father is already a job on its own. Yeah. I don't know what to feel about this. I mean, the Monarchs have... Does he have the Horizon, though? I don't think he has the Horizon, yeah. I'm gonna try Super Reviews here. Because I'm not sure if Mark has the... this is just, you know, like nerdy stuff, okay? For all of you guys... Yeah, I'd still probably pick the Monarchy. I'm not sure if it's about that... Oh yeah, that peak in there, even with that bass, this is gonna be a little bit unnatural sounding, I guess. But does Mark have the Horizon? Oh, he does have the Horizon. Did he review it? Man, their Horizon has more bass. Or maybe it's the deep and shallow stuff. Or maybe it's that... Oh, this is the shallow one. And how about deep? Yeah, they have kind of like good bass in there. Let me... Is this another... Hangout... Silica gel. Oh, 8-Tech. Let's try 8-Tech here. Axle. Yeah, I think we're same with Axle, yeah. And it's really, I think it's the impedance of the, different impedance affect, the curve, yeah. So, I have the same mind with Axle. Axle's just a little bit too bright, because I use foams anyway. The reason why I use foams is, the reason why I use foams is this. I know foams dampen treble. They dampen treble. But if I use silicone, it boosts the upper it boosts the upper treble and the treble, but the coupler mic is made of metal, right? So it kind of like over boosts. So the silicone boosts, and then it's made of metal, and I feel like frequencies just bounce faster, and because it's metal, right? So there's no cushion for the frequencies because of the material. Does it make sense? Our ear canal is not made of metal, so even if we use silicones, I know there's a peak in there, but at least there's cushion when it bounces because our skin is not metal. And so that's the reason why I use foam tips. Even if I don't use actual foams when listening, when I use foams and listening, I'm pretty sure this could be more tamed. But just because our skin, I don't know, I could be wrong, but that's the reason why I use foams, even if I don't use actual foams, because I know foams dampen the treble for measuring. And I just match it with, I know, just my feeling. And for me, I know my coupler. I mean, graphing, again, this is a little bit personal. Now, people say that, like every graph is a little bit different. I know that, but I already know how my mic works and what is elevated in my mic and what is decreased in my mic or something. So I already know my mic. So it's a little bit personal. Just like, for example, driving a car, like if you've driven your car for a long time, you already have your own seating position, steering wheel or something. And you just know it, like you just freaking know it. Same with like if you have your own snowboard or skateboard, you just know it, And when you use, I know, I'm not sure if I'm making any sense. But yeah, I'm glad that mine is not too far behind with theirs. This is, yeah. And you see that it's a little bit, this peak here is a little bit over representing the sound, I think, in a way. Yeah. I'm not saying that they're wrong. It's just that, I mean, for me, the sound of the Horizon is closer to this one here. Where's that? Yeah, because it's still vocal forward. There's still some gain in there, but there's just some peak going on. So yeah, because it could have been a downward trend, right? If they want to do this mids, like very early tuck, it's clear more on a 5128. I think it's clear on a 5128. Um, let's see here. I think Hangout 5128. Yeah. Yeah, it's clear, but the thing is, it's clear. It does look clear on the 5128. Yep. But I don't have a 5128, which is bad. So I just cope with my coupler. Okay. A 5128 does represent treble just fine, you know. You can really see there. There's the elevation there. You can see that. And very, um was the Mark IV overly... Yeah, the Mark IV was overly boosted in there. Little more bass. I know. I just it's good. Definitely the Horizon is not a bad sounding IM. And again, I'm probably gonna choose this over the Brain Dance, the BD, just because of the price, you know? Where's the BD? BD's there, right? Yeah. But the BD, just sound-wise, the BD also is, I think, like, more exciting because of that added a little bit sub-bass in there. Um, yeah. But I wouldn't consider them to have... Yeah, if we have 51281, you're chatting. Yeah, I know. I know. Ah. But still, I mean, like, I know we're just kind of like really guessing what it looks like on graph by now, and it's really just the nerdy things, like about graphing. It's fun to read graphs and assume stuff because it helps anyway. Because a peak is still a peak. If I overlay my target, I can still predict how it would a little bit prediction. I'd say 60 to 70%. I could still predict. It still makes sense for me if I overlay my target and say, oh, okay, this is very clean sounding mids, tuck at 150, good vocals, but a little bit over on the treble. I can still, and that's exactly how the Horizon would sound. It's not really balanced because it doesn't have a mid. It could be balanced if the tuck was at our 300, so there's more fun in there. I could EQ this. I mean, I could, PQ so easy. You just lift it up and bam, You know what? Let me do it. Okay, let me do it. Let me just do it. Um, just auto EQ that. See. And I just need that. I just need what do I need? I just need this one here, the 110 lift, 2.5, and a Q value of 1. All right. Let me do that. Yeah. Okay. How it did that? It's so easy, man. Like, I don't need to change the... I just need that mid-bass bump, 110 and 2.5 gain. Alright, so... Band 1 is 110. And Q value of 1. That's very... Okay. And gain is 2.5. Not low shelf. Peaking. Okay. Yeah. It does change a little bit, yep. But I need to really bring that air down. I mean, it's not bad. It's just more exciting, yeah. What I did, okay, I'm gonna show you what I did here. No. So what I did here is just, I did 110, 2.5, and 1, right? So it's just like that. Just lifting that bass a little bit. And yeah, it sounds good. Man, but this air in here is really annoying me. Oh, dude, can I find that? Let's see if I can find it here. I really want to bring it down, though. Is it? I'll just say 14.5. And Q value of... Huh. Yeah, yeah, okay. I'll use 0.5 for now. I want it wider. And gain is maybe 3 dB. Let's see what it looks like here. So I did 14,500 with a gain of 3 and 0.5. No, it's minus 3. Yep. So let me hear this. It's better, yeah. But it's not low shift, should be peaking. Oh yeah, man, this is much better, yeah. Yeah. I'd probably do this EQ if I to enjoy this. Perfect. Yeah, this is perfect. Yeah, this sounds so, yeah. It's so natural now. I hit it, yeah. I mean, you can do 0.5 anywhere. It should be fine. Freaking so good. Man, this is so good. My target is good. That's what I'm saying. No, it's actually very good. With this EQ on the Horizon. Ooh. It is so good, man. Okay. Okay, I'm listening to, what's this one now? Conspiracy. Paramore. Bang, bang, bang. It has to be EQ'd. Okay, the Horizon has to be EQ'd. Just 2 filters. Increase the mid bass and lesser the air. And you have endgame. It's now more natural sounding, actually, the cymbals. It's Circles now by Incubus, yeah. Dang, that's heavy. Yeah. This is just my preference, okay? Um yeah, it's great with EQ. It takes EQ quite just fine. Didn't distort or anything. So I do this yeah, filter in here. Just the 110 and the air. Just 2 filters. That's all you need. Let me take a picture of that. And I'm probably gonna include it in my video, you know. It's not bad on its own. I'm pretty sure there are people who will like this kind of tonality stock. Like the bright, you know, like that one over there. But for me, it just really has to, like, you know, like make that treble a little bit more down. Yeah, I should actually just make my treble more downward for my balance target, but hey, this is just a little bit too much in my opinion. Yeah, I guess that is it for today, guys. How long have I been doing this? Like an hour and 30? Okay. Yeah, thanks so much, not Air, Allure03 for commenting. I thought there was no commenter. Well, I was talking so much. I was being philosophical about, you know, being an audiophile and musician. Anyhow, if the Horizon is okay. 329, is it competing just fine? 329 though. I don't know. It's definitely not an S plus for me. There's Odyssey, dude. Like, there's Odyssey. There's the Luna. Maybe you pay more. There's just a lot of good sounding sets in the 251 to 499, man. The Rockies is there. That's my #1 recommendation now because it's 499. Is it the cheapest tri-bid with ESTs? I'm not sure. And then the Studio Force, Volume S is there. Probably if I get another S rank, it's probably the ZiiGaat EM10 that's gonna be replaced next. Yeah, followed by the volume. I don't know. Yeah, and I even put the Rockies. I put the Rockies here, and I put it here too. That's how good they are for me. And I can actually put the Rockies here too. Let me just put the Rockies here. Rockies. I really think it's good. Oh. Yeah, I mean that's it, guys. I think I'm done for now. I am going to release my video probably next couple of weeks. The EG 280 though by ZiiGaat. Let me just. Is it a similar curve? I don't think it is, but maybe they are. Yeah, my EQ is yeah, my EQ is very close. Not really close, but kind of like also a downward trend. That it has more. Yeah, it's a little bit tamer, so it's worth looking at. The EG280, it's good. Yeah, it's very trippy. And on the stage, it's very trippy. I think it's a DD and micro. Is it a? I don't think it's a microplanar. It's just planar. Yeah, it's very trippy, and I think it's different. It's really different. I've never heard that kind of presentation. It's not like a giant killer per se, but it's stand on its own in its price range. It's definitely something that is unique in sound. It's hard to say. It was also not like, wow, this can compete with $300. Not really like that, but it has its own characteristic on sound, very unique sounding. The EG280. So I'm probably gonna release my video on that too. So yeah, thank you so much, guys, for for tuning in there. It's been fun. Horizon is okay. 329, I think it's okay. If it matches your tonality, you like brighter signatures, yeah, go for it. If you need to EQ it though, there are IEMs that are already balanced sounding, so you might as well look at other stuff, you know, from them. There's Crescent, it's cheaper. There are IEMs priced lesser and they are balanced sounding, so I don't know, maybe ZiiGaat. Hey, look at that. I'm not a ZiiGaat chill. I'm not shilling their releases every time, but the previous ones were just really good. This one here, maybe it's a little bit of a miss on me. Not really a miss. I mean, I know that there are people who would like this kind of tonality, but honestly, I had to EQ it. It's not really harsh sounding. It's just that there's a little bit of it. The tonal balance is not for me. That's what I'm saying. You know, the tonal balance is not for me. Especially after I've heard the Rockies, wherein it's the same price range, 251 to 499. It's just, you know, a better buy. So yeah, that is it for my stream, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. Really appreciate. I've been paid. Yeah, I've been paid $100 all these years of doing videos. I've been paid $100. I don't know. I'm gonna buy new IMs for that, definitely, because we don't get a lot. Like, let's sure, you know, like I haven't heard the Ultra, but we don't get a lot of stuff. But it's good. That's extra cash just to buy some stuff. So finally, of all these years, how many videos have I made? Like 100 videos probably. But please don't look at my old videos. They suck. But you know, I didn't delete it. I didn't delete it. It's just there to remind me how far I've gone. You know, to like a freaking hand with just a phone, and now like almost a complete setup with you know, some stuff. It's fun. It's fun to see my growth. But yeah, anyhow, really thank you guys for the support. For you guys who haven't subscribed, you know, being a it's not like I'm gonna bother you. You know, you don't have to ring the notification bell. Like, I know everything is just numbers, but you know, if you like my content, if you like to know my opinion in IEMs, definitely subscribe. You know, I won't annoy you on your like notifications or something. I don't release that a lot. Sometimes, but yeah. Thank you so much. Really, I appreciate if you guys are subscribed to my channel. And wait, let me just do this one here. I think it's better. Yeah. Thank you so much again. Have a great day. Enjoy your weekend, and see you next weekend. Hopefully, I get to do the JT3 next week by Theo or Snow Sky. Bye for now. Let me just end this, and